Council meets tomorrow, and it's our last regular council meeting of the entire term. Holy smokes, did those 4 years go by quickly? And I can't believe I've been doing council meeting previews for 8 years now. But I want to thank you for being curious and taking time to learn about the work of council. Your questions, your concerns, your ideas you share over the years, hearing them makes me a better counselor, and it's also the most fun part of my job. So thank you for checking these previews out. So tomorrow, some of the things we're talking about, most of the meeting is actually going to be about grants. We're talking about some grants that council's being asked for approval to apply for, and also some grants that council's being asked for approval to give to community members. So first of all, there's a grant application where it's being recommended that council approve GPREP applying for a grant to create some systems and processes to better use volunteers when we have a disaster or when we're hosting evacuees in our community. And I am so excited to see this recommendation coming before us. For years, I've been advocating for us to better integrate volunteers with GPREP because I think that really is a win. There's people in our community where, whether it's because they just want to get off their hands and do something when something big's going on, or because they've got charitable impulses, they want to get involved in helping people when people need help. I also know that these large-scale events we go through, and especially when we're hosting evacuees in our community for a long time, tap a huge amount of municipal resources. And we do eventually usually get paid back for the municipal time that goes into these, but so many municipal employees get involved in GPREP events that they set back other municipal priorities. So if we can get more volunteers involved, it'll just help us do more with your taxpayer dollars, and it'll help us take care of our staff and not burn them out as much as we do sometimes when we're going through big events. So really excited for us to be talking about more volunteers getting involved with GPREP. There's also a recommendation that council approve the city applying for a grant with the Forest Resource Improvement Association of Alberta to get some more money that we've successfully got in past years to do fire smarting and reduce fire loads in our Musk CP corridor in South Bear Creek Park. So both grant applications I definitely support. They do good things for our community. Then there's also recommendations for our council to grant some grants. First of all, there's a whole bunch of Pursuit of Excellence grants. These are grants that are given to both athletes and coaches in our community for either travel or for their development. That's money that's not actually coming from taxpayers. It's legacy funding from the 95 Winter Games that we're hosting in Grand Prairie. So it's always fun to give out those grants. And then there's also some grants that it's being recommended council support for large sporting tournaments that have happen in our community. And I always appreciate supporting those events because I think they stimulate our local economy and they save our residents a lot of money when they get to do some athletic things here in town instead of always having to go down the highway. And they're also just an important part of our economic development in terms of showing off our community and our region to people who travel here for events. So I always appreciate talking about those sporting events. And then the last thing we're talking about at council is we're getting a strategic priorities progress update. That's an update that we get every single quarter, but this is the last one we're going to get this council term. So what it is it's a report that'll show you all of the big things the council set out to do this term and how we did on them. And it's a really honest reporting. If you read it, you'll see most things are complete or they're very close to being done, but there's also things in there that didn't get done. And so it is a pretty good, honest scorecard of the work we've done and not done this council term. So I'd encourage you to check it out. It's easy to read, but is a lot in there, so I'm not even going to try to summarize it in this video, but I will provide a link in the comment section so you can check it out for yourself. Anyways, that's what we've got for council this Monday night. It's always a bit of an emotional one when you're heading into your last meeting, so I really appreciate the colleagues I've gotten to work with this term, and who knows if I'll be back in 6 weeks, and who knows which of my colleagues will be back in 6 weeks. And so always is an emotional meeting, but it's also always a fun one, the last one of your term. But this job has been such a privilege for me. So thank you once again for the trust you've given me to be a representative around those council tables for the last 8 years. I really appreciate it. And once again, thank you for checking out these videos.